Okay, well, the wait is over. It's here. It's the new Merlin hover hauler slash bug out vehicle, or whatever we decide to use it for. But Cindy and I have been wanting to get some kind of truck to haul stuff with and to pull the hovercraft with, and we thought about finding like an old box van, and this came up on Marketplace about 2 days ago, and it had our name on it. It's got a trailer hitch on it, and what's beautiful, it even has a side door. And not only that, this beast is military. This was used by the U.S. Air Force, and as you can see right there, this is an actual military vehicle. And you know what military means, don't you? That means it wasn't made like no mamby-pamby little commercial truck. This bad boy has a 6.5 liter diesel engine in it. Now we got to get the engine running because it hasn't run in several years, but it probably is nothing more than a clogged fuel filter. The man we got it from said it had been sitting about 4 years. About a year ago they tried to drive it across the parking lot, and it ran partially across the parking lot and just died. So I'm figuring it's probably a clogged fuel filter or just bad fuel, because he said the fuel is probably about 4 years old in it. So first thing we're going to do is drain all the old fuel out of it, and see if we can't go through a few other things. But yeah, it's here. We got a few things we got to do. There's some little things need to be tightened up, I've noticed, and little things here and there. But yeah, we're gonna transfer our solar equipment into it, and I'll still be able to power the shop just by running me a drop cord from the vehicle to the shop, but that'll free up more shop space. But it's got a pass-through it, so you can actually go from the cab area into the back. And it's the new project, but it's a beast. It's definitely a beast. Can't wait to get it going. So the Merlin man here is going to be getting a crash course on working on diesels, because I really don't know crap about diesels. Of course, I didn't know too much about that BMW engine with the fuel injection, but I got it going, so I'm figuring to do a little figuring it out, playing with this thing, and we'll get this thing running. But it's here. It made it here in one piece, and turned out the tow truck driver, driving the rollback, he even knows all about these engines, and told me the first things I need to do to try to get this thing running, and some tips on what to look for. So I have a good feeling we may just hear this thing fire up sometime. I need to try to figure out a way to push it back a little bit further, because it's still just the point I might be able to barely squeeze this, closing the door down and be able to squeeze out of the door. So we'll have to see how that works. But anyway, that's what we cleared out the big space for in the shop. Okay, here's a little video of little things we found so far. These little nut things here are actually supposed to be on the outside of the plastic, the fiberglass stuff. So I'm going to try to get that loosened up and do something with those. This handle here was bent. I got it straightened up. Got it working good now. Just barely have to touch it. It operates good now. I might have to take that whole bracket off though to get these nuts back here tightened. And I found out why I couldn't open this window easy the other day. It's because it's silicone from the inside, and I don't know if it's on the outside also. I think it's just on the inside. There was a little bit on the outside. But anyway, we'll go inside. I've got some lights going on in here now. Ouch. Yeah, this is the first thing getting ready to come out next. Is these bars. The guy we got this van from has a clothing store, and this was their first real clothing delivery van. So it's got all these nice galvanized pipes going across here for hanging the clothes on, which is great for clothing, but I'm standing up in here and my head's just about hitting the ceiling, so that means I've bashed my head on these bars about 4 times already. Luckily not hard, but yeah, they're going to be the next thing coming out. That way then I can also figure out what I need to do on this piece of metal here to get it back up in place. Looks like probably just some screws came out or something. Won't be nothing major. But yeah, I was wondering why I couldn't open this window last night. I kind of didn't want to pull on it too hard because the glass is kind of thin, but I see it's been silicone shut, so that won't be too big a problem. This window here actually has a screen for it, but it's got a little hole, so I'm going to replace the screening in it. But that's going to be kind of cool when I do that, because I got this sliding window here actually working fairly well. It's a little tight as it gets to the end there, so I've still got to try to clean the track out and stuff. But that's kind of cool because we got a whole open window there with a screen. So you know, like I say, we kind of want to eventually try to make this thing like a bug out bus, where it would have the solar system all in here and be able to tow the hovercraft, and possibly set it up kind of like a camper. But I want to set it up where I can take the camping stuff out, so if we just want to haul stuff, it's got a good solid floor in it. So I'm sure once we get this thing running, it's going to make a lot of trips to Lowe's and Home Depot and places like that to get supplies and things. But this is what it looks like on the inside. It's pretty cool. It's got interior lights. It's got 4 interior lights in here already from the factory. It actually has switches down here at the doors there and the door back there. You can see the switch back there also. So pretty cool. We found some paperwork that was in with it that showed where the van came from. This one was actually manufactured, or well, the sales place was in Oklahoma, but was actually delivered to Langley Air Force Base. There's a view of the engine in it, big 6.5 liter diesel. It's not the turbo though, which I kind of like, because I really had a bad experience with the first engine I had that was turbocharged. Was that one in that shuttle bus that, as people might remember, caught on fire on the way home because some stupid wren had gotten in the engine compartment and built a nest on top of the turbo. We didn't know this, and driving home we were smelling, something smelled like wood burning, and we got about not even halfway home and we're seeing sparks coming out from underneath the engine box because it wasn't bolted down all the way, and probably a good thing we did because it was burning. Luckily I was smart enough and had a fire extinguisher with me when we went to pick it up, and we got the fire out, but it burned a few wires I had to replace and stuff. So yeah, I don't have a warm fuzzy feeling about turbochargers. This engine's gonna do all we need to do, because you know it'll pull a lot of weight and actually gets pretty good fuel economy from what I've been reading, and so it's gonna pull the hovercraft like it's not even behind it. And you know, we want to like maybe put a portable toilet or something in here, so if we go like say to a big park or something with a hovercraft or something like that, if we need to be able to camp in it some, you'll be able to camp in it. So got a lot of ideas for it. Cindy's even mentioned turning it into a concessions truck and selling popcorn and cotton candy or something out of it. So there ain't no telling what this thing's gonna end up with. We'll find out, but first we gotta get it all cleaned up and get it running. But yeah, these skull crushing bars here are gonna be my next item to remove. And yeah, the little metal plates are bolted all the way from the outside, so I'm just gonna unscrew them from the brackets and leave the little plates up there. Who knows, might be able to figure out some way to mount something to those. But anyway, that's the point we're at so far. I've got a little pick thing here and some needle-nose pliers, and I'm going to proceed to start trying to pull the silicone out of there and see if I can get it to where that window there will open up. And just a a lot of little minor things going over and stuff, just cosmetic stuff. When I first got it, the hood latch, you had to kind of bang on the hood a little bit to get the hood open. I lubricated it and pulled the spring straighter a little more, and now when you pull the hood latch, the hood pops right open, so that's a good thing. When I started lifting up this metal here, I noticed there's some wires behind it to some lights, and I didn't want to chance pinching those wires, so I decided I'm not even going to try to charge the battery up yet until I get that roof piece right back up in place. That way I don't have to worry about pinching any wires and something shorting out while trying to put that up, so that shouldn't be a big issue to do either. And just little cosmetic things. I did see up in here, I can see a little daylight that I noticed. See, I can see a little spot of daylight there, so there's a few little places I'm gonna go over and kind of seal up. This is kind of cool. This is actually a rotating vent that you can close and open. There's a little lever on the outside, so you can actually close and open it and have some air coming in through those vents. And there are two of them, one on the front and one on the back. So that's kind of neat. Cindy found the military number on this thing and did some research last night, and we found out this was a explosive ordnance vehicle is what it was used for by the Air Force at Langley. So that's kind of cool, because I like things that go boom. So anyway, that's what we got so far. We're in here, you know, got the, like I say, we got the door open. We're gonna see if we can't fix that hinge, because it was, you can see the bolts are just loose on it all the way. So see if I can fix that. Maybe get those bolts out of there somehow and put a longer bolt in it to hold it. It's not hurting anything. The other ones are still tight. The hinges are still doing good. You can see everything's doing all right. I want to fix that because that's loose, and you know, tighten that up. But I'm tickled with it. The more I check it over, the more I like it. It's really cool. Don't think it's going to take a lot to get it running. Probably just bad fuel. But it's kind of a little walk around of it. I haven't even looked up on the roof of it yet. See what it looks like. Just climb up the ladder and take a look. Maybe I won't fall off the ladder. Oh heck yeah! Look at that good solid roof up there. What's really cool is you got these angle pieces here that are past where the metal is, and that will be perfect for making some clamps to clamp the solar panels onto, you know, to put solar panels up here. Looks like there's been a little patch there. I bet there was some kind of lights up here at one time, I'm betting. But roof looks pretty solid, and yeah, that's nice. That looks, I don't see nothing, looks like any major issues or anything like that on the ceiling up here, roof of it. So that's pretty cool. This is the outside of those vents I was just showing from the inside. There's one in the back and one on the front. And yeah, as you can see, it's got a little lever there. You can flip that lever one way or the other, and it either opens or closes those vents in there. You can kind of see I don't know if you can see inside the vent there how it closes off. So that's kind of cool. So things made by Supreme Corporations, who made the body, and lots of little things. The headliner's ripped out, so I'm gonna tear that stuff out more. And yeah, it's not too bad. Got a few tears in the seats. You don't expect much, you know, different from that. I mean, 1995, you can expect some wear and tear on the seats and things like that, but overall it's in really good shape. I mean, the dash is, you know, in good shape and stuff. Well, there's a little crack there on the, just noticed that little crack there, but that's cosmetic. That won't hurt nothing. And see if there's any other little places I haven't seen, but yeah, that won't hurt a thing. I've had a whole lot worse, that's for sure. Main thing is fixing that front windshield. Now here's something I noticed on the windshield that's kind of cool. Yeah, so, yeah, this thing came from the Air Force, was used on the runways and stuff. That little tag there, now that's just too cool. It's the tower signal for control of airborne aerodrome traffic, and it tells you the light signals they'd use for crossing the runways and stuff. So anyway, that's a good little walk around of what this beast is looking like. It's in the shop. We can work on it, and we'll keep you posted on how everything goes on it. And thanks for watching, and we'll keep you posted. Got one more item working. Got the passenger side back glass sliding. And we got the ceiling fixed. I'm gonna take some aluminum strips and put under here, because this is just riveted, and that's why it's falling down. I put some self-tapping screws in, but I'm gonna put some aluminum strips in here to hold this actually up and make it a little better. But we got all those pipes out of the way, so now I'm not bashing my head. Those pipe brackets there are bolted all the way through the wall, so I'm probably just going to leave them right where they are for now, and kind of figure out what's going on through there. Anyway, that's where we're at. See, and she dies. I'm thinking it's a fuel pump issue, or maybe bad fuel. But you can see it runs.